Well, welcome back to Project Element. We're not working on Element again today. We're actually, once again, we're helping out another friend. He has a 2016 Kia Soul. So we've already taken the tire off. Now, one thing difference between these and the Element, their lug nuts are 21 millimeters. So we used a breaker bar, took them off. And now I'm coming here. We're actually going to be changing the rotors in the pads. First thing we take a number 3. And we get these off. I actually already loosened them, but a number 3 works perfectly. And then you just go ahead and back them out.
That's to go ahead and take out the little Phillips head screws that are holding the rotor
in place. All right. And then on the caliper itself, it's a 14 millimeter. Always got to remember lefty, loosey, righty, tighty, right?
And those are for the bolts that go into the caliper pins, correct?
Yes. Should be one down the bottom here. Well, good thing is whoever did these last did not over tighten them. Now for the actual caliper pins, the actual caliper bolts, they're 17 millimeter. And it looks like these actually have a lock washer on them. Never seen that before on a caliper, but I guess Kia might do things a little different. That's okay. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on. Let me try something different.
We'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, this is the lower 17 millimeter caliper bracket bolt that removes the caliper bracket. And the top one is right above it, so
all right. As you see, these pads were pretty worn. They're pretty much shot. They yeah, they've been hitting the squeal. Actually, it broke it off. They've been, they're not completely gone, but far enough. All right.
I'm gonna pop the new little clips on that hold the brakes in. Well, the pad's in, anyways.
Gotta move that one over a little bit. There we go.
This is actually our first time on the channel working on a car other than a Honda. So
That is the truth.
although brake jobs on most vehicles these days, kind of mid-size and smaller, the job is very similar.
All right, I'm gonna push back the, we always use a C-clamp to do this. You can also, if you have a very large set of channel locks, which we do back in the garage, but I normally just do it this way. Nice slow process of just pushing the caliper back in. We already checked the brake fluid to make sure it wasn't so full that it would overflow. All right, that should be all the way back. I don't know if I have a hammer down here to give it a little whack.
Go ahead.
All right, guys, since we're going to be replacing the rotors, I'm actually going to give it a little whack to the rotor. These might be the originals from 2006, because, wow. Yep. All right, guys, we had to beat the living daylights out of it. I tried, my father-in-law tried. Finally, Lawrence said, let me get down there, and he gave it a big old gorilla whack, and he got it out of there. So, as I said, we were replacing them anyway, so we weren't that concerned. And I'm going to try to keep my hands off of this one. Now, this kit we bought off Amazon from the Detroit Axle, it actually has brake cleaner and everything in it, but if I could still keep my hands off of it, I'm going to try to.
Did you?
I did.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I can get these little screws back in. Need a screwdriver for putting them back in. Make life easier. Fat old fingers.
Like I said, we should be hopefully uploading 2 videos soon. Before this video gets uploaded, we're going to be uploading a video of a brake job on a 2002, I believe, or 2001 Honda Accord. It's a very similar process. We go into a lot more detail in that video about everything. So you could watch that as a reference for a generalization on what you need to do when replacing brakes, but the process is pretty similar for most vehicles these days.
We did not look up the torque specs on these. We probably should have. I did not.
Generally, the back ones are like 80 foot-pounds, and the front ones are like 30, if I recall, on most vehicles when I've looked it up in the past. And we've done the Elements, the Accords. I've done my aunt's Hyundai Santa Fe, and all of the torque specs on most of them are pretty similar these days.
There we go. Now let's see if we can get the
And depending on what kind of job you're doing, if you are just replacing the brakes, just the pads, you can actually do it this way. You can just remove one of the caliper bolts and just fold it up or down just like that, and pop your old pads out, put your new ones in, push back the caliper piston, and then you should be good to go. Go ahead.
All right, guys, I had to get down and kind of look at what I was doing to get those in. Now we're just going to add a little bit of this stuff on the back here just to kind of keep all the noises down. On the front pad here, if you look at the actual caliper, you'll notice it only touches the two sides. I'm also going to put just a smidge right at each slide spot. I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Should be able to do that without looking there. Same thing on the bottom. And then we're going to put some right in the middle. And this just helps keep the noise down for where this goes around there. There we go. All right. Slide that back down. On the bottom there, you might have to push in that rubber a little bit and then put the bottom bolt back in and then tighten them both back up. That one's tight and that one's good and tight. And that's pretty much it for this side. We'll show you how to do the other side here in just a few moments.
Okay guys, so we pretty much showed you guys how to do the other side. This passenger side is pretty much exactly the same as the driver's side. It's just a mirrored image of it. So we're just gonna go ahead and play the camera and let this run through and probably speed it up when we go ahead and edit it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go jack up the vehicle now. Okay guys, last thing to remember always when working on a vehicle after you do the brakes, whether it's the rotors, calipers, pads, whatever, always remember to climb in the vehicle and push down the brake pedal several times to tighten it back up to get all the fluids flowing. Because last time when my dad was doing the brakes on the last video on our channel, he forgot to do that. It almost backed into his own vehicle.
I had it in front.
Pulled out. He almost pulled into his own vehicle across the street because he forgot to do that. So just go ahead and brake pedal and pump it a couple times to go ahead and tighten it up. Anyways, guys, that's it for that.
All right, guys, we're all through. Just want to show you the kit that we bought for this vehicle. It was a kit from Detroit Axle. If you look on here, it says it's item number 4, PR or Papa Romeo 1500003 Victor 1. You can probably see those other numbers there. The front rotors were R31584. The pads were P1397. And with this kit, not only did we get the grease we need and all the parts, but we also got a bottle of brake fluid and a bottle of cleaner. So that's pretty cool to get all that stuff together. So once again, we thank you for all the views. Can't believe it's been over 50,000 views. So if you enjoyed this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the videos wherever you can. Thanks.
And if you guys want, go ahead and leave a comment down below if you have any questions or suggestions. And as always, any of the parts we used in this video will be linked down below. So have a wonderful day, guys.